And with me, of course, Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley. Welcome to Primetime. Glad you're here. It occurs to me, looking at the two of you, I have got to start by asking how...
Can I just say off rip? I don't know how to say this as a... Michael guy here. Can I say that? Like, is that weird to say? Michael guy here. Like, he, all right. He put that thing together. All right. Like, respect. Gangster. Let's go.
This marriage took place, how it began. Let me guess that it was not over miniature golf and a hot dog someplace. When did it start? When was the dating?
Well, we first met. She was 7 years old and I was 17. This was in Las Vegas. She used to come and see my show all the time. We had the only family show on the Strip. It's the Jackson 5. And she used to come as a little girl and sit right up front. She came quite often, but she came with a lot of bodyguards.
And had you stayed in touch over all these years?
Sure. And then she'd come backstage. Then I'd, talk and say hi, and then she'd come again. And I thought she was sweet and loving, and I always hoped I'd see her again.
And who first talked about marriage?
We didn't stay in touch.
We didn't stay in touch after that, no.
He had, go ahead. You want to say what happened
no,
later
you can
with
say. You have a good memory.
No, you said you were going to say it.
Our first argument here on this hour. Who proposed? I mean, how did marriage actually get discussed?
Well, at first, this is what happened. When she was 18, I used to tell my lawyer, John Branca, do you know Lisa Marie Presley? He'd go, well, I represent her mother. I go, well, can you get in touch with her? Because I think she's really cute. And he'd laugh every time. He goes, I'll do my best. That's what he'd say. Then he'd come back. I said, well, did you find out? He said, no, there's nothing. So I would worry him about this all the time. The next thing I noticed, there's a picture on a magazine cover where she's married, which really tore me to pieces. And then, really did, because I felt that was supposed to be me. I really did.
And what was the countdown to your marriage? Tell me who said the word marriage first.
I did.
He did.
I did.
When? Where?
On the telephone.
On the telephone.
He first asked me.
When?
We were dating now for 4 months.
4 months?
4 months.
I don't remember.
Well, anyway, we were spending a lot of time together. I don't know how I didn't manage to get in the press because we weren't hiding it. I was in Las Vegas. We were in Neverland. We were everywhere. I went to Atlanta. We were in bookstores. We were not hiding it.
And you said yes right away?
I was separated for 4 months, and he said, what would you do if I asked you to marry me? And I said, I would.
Big I would, though. You were really enthusiastic.
I have to ask you this because I can only imagine the number of lawyers involved in a prenuptial agreement between these two fortunes. Mm-hmm. Is there one? A careful one?
Well, we've worked out things and we've signed certain things, but of course, that's very confidential.
We agree. We made agreements prior, yes.
As you know, the reaction to this marriage, and I know you feel strongly about it, but
first of all, as of right now, this is very awkward. Like, am I the only one that, it just feel like they just had, what this feels like? You ever, had a big argument with your spouse or whatever, and then you had to go to church or go somewhere where you had to be on your best behavior. This is what this feels like. This feels like they had a big argument right before this interview, and then now they have to play nice. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like to me. I could be off base, but it's just it feels like they 2 seconds away from be let's forget this interview. Probably because they don't want to do an interview, because they're forced to do an interview because of the public and PR or whatever. So, but yeah, this is very intense. And Diane, we got to the good questions yet.
reaction to this marriage has been across the spectrum, everything from astonishment to delight to suspicion, that it was somehow too convenient. Lisa,
for who?
Did you ask Michael about the charges? Did the two of you talk about the impact?
How do we go from that to that? We went from, well, the marriage seems like a sham. Did you ask him about them charges? Like, yo, that's a crazy transition, Diane. Dirty Diana. You know what? We're going to call you Dirty. No, you ain't. You know what? Let me relax. Let me chill. But that's a crazy transition, though.
Of the marriage on the allegations.
Absolutely not. He called, I was in touch with him through the whole process of this charges going on. I was talking to him when he disappeared. I was actually supposed to go to San Juan, Puerto Rico when he left and disappeared, and I got a call that he wasn't going to be there, and I was actually part of the whole thing with him, but talking to him on the phone. So I didn't...
Did you say to him, are they true?
No, I didn't. No, I actually did not.
I want to take a minute here, and I'm going to come back to the marriage.
Sorry. He went on and on and on about it, so I didn't really have to say, are the allegations true? It was, on the phone, and
over and over
just
again.
Constant, yeah.
Well, because I know that you've wanted to express similar sentiments for a long time, I want to ask a few things about the charges, but first I want to establish for the viewers here, there are no ground rules. You have said to me you are not afraid of any questions, so I wanted that understood by everybody before we proceed. I think I want to begin by making sure that the terms are clear. You have said that you would never harm a child. I want to be specific as I can. Did you ever, as this young boy said you did you ever sexually engage, fondle, have sexual contact with this child or any other child?
Never, ever. I could never harm a child or anyone. It's not in my heart. It's not who I am. And it's not what I'm not even interested in that.
And what do you think should be done to someone who does that?
To someone who does that, what I think it should be done, gee, I think they need help in some kind of way,
How about the police photographs, though? How was there enough information from this boy about those kinds of things?
The police photographs that they took of me.
Yes.
There was nothing that matched me to those charges.
There was nothing. There was nothing that concurred.
That's why I'm sitting here talking to you today. There was not one.
No. Okay, hold on. No. Okay, I'm really trying to think right now. Oh, it was settled. That's right, because it was settled, Michael. That's why I'm like, didn't he win this? But no, he settled. That's why. Oh, that's right. Damn it. Yeah. But then the FBI rate, when was the report? That might have been way later. So I'm trying to think of when was the report the FBI rated everything and found nothing. When that report was. I might, I'm gonna look it up I'm gonna look it up. But yeah, it just sucks that this had to go down. It just sucks. It just sucks. We should be talking about the history album or something more important. If you want to really have this discussion, let's talk about the people that actually were, doing these type of things. But
odor of information that was found that could connect me.
So when we've heard that there was a marking
nothing.
of some kind.
No markings.
No markings.
No.
Why did you
Why am I still here then?
You're not going to ask me about that, are you? Sorry, about the markings.
You can volunteer.
No, the point is that when that finally got concluded that there was no matchup, then it was printed this big as opposed to how big it was, what the matchup was supposed to be.
It didn't work.
It
isn't so. The whole thing is a lie.
Why did you settle the case then? Why did you settle the case? And
now,
it looks to everyone as if you paid a huge amount of money.
Most of that's
to get
folklore.
silence.
I talked to my lawyers and I said, can you guarantee me that justice will prevail? And they said, Michael, we cannot guarantee you that a judge or a jury will do anything. And with that, I was like catatonic. I was outraged.
How much money was it?
Totally outraged. So what I said, I have got to do something to get out from under this nightmare. All these lies and all these people coming forward to get paid and these tabloid shows, just lies. So what I did, we got together again with my advisors and they advised me, it was hands down, a unanimous decision, resolve the case. This could be something that could go on for 7 years.
How much money
we said,
was
let's get it behind us.
Can you say how much?
It's not what the tabloids have printed. It's not all this crazy outlandish. No, it's not at all. I mean,
You also got to remember that this is the early 90s. I think this is right. This might have been right before the OJ trial. So in Michael's, by this point, it's like we've seen this show before in terms of a black man being put on trial and on the cross for doing something that they didn't do. And it's like, it don't matter who you are. It's just like, they're going to try to get you. So I think by this point, Michael was so paranoid. And plus the media did such a wonderful job of making Michael out to be this like alien, this outcast, this person that, even though you've seen him literally grow up from 5 years old to this point, he's in his early mid-30s now. They made him such like an enigma that it's like the press wasn't going to give Michael any grace. So you're dealing with public perception. You're dealing with all these people. And a lot of people around Michael were just a bunch of snakes and a bunch of leeches. And so instead of lawyers trying to fight it like they should, if there's no evidence, it's like, I don't understand the advisors. This is where God, Michael. Yeah, I wish Michael had somebody in his corner. If you're an advisor, there's no evidence. None. There is no evidence. Fight that. You say, we're going for 7 years. Fight it. We're not talking about just fender bender or tax evade. Like, we're talking about like, you can never erase. Once you settle, I don't understand once you settle, that's on his jacket for the rest of his life. How did the lawyers and people how did people not understand that? Once he settles, that's on his jacket for the rest of his life. It don't matter what he does. It don't matter if the alleged victims came out and said they lied, and it still didn't matter. Like, God, that pisses me off, man. Pisses me off.
The terms of the agreement are very confidential.
He's been barred to discuss it.
The specific terms,
so
it's specific amount.
The idea isn't fair. What they put me through, because there wasn't one piece of information that says I did that. And anyway, they turned my room upside down, went through all my books, all my videotapes, all my private things, and they found nothing that can say Michael Jackson did this. Nothing.
But let me ask you a couple of questions.
To this day, nothing. Still nothing.
Let me ask you a couple.
Nothing.
Nothing. I got nothing. As you may or may not know, we have called everyone we can call. We have checked everything we can check. We have gone and tried to see if what we heard before is in fact the case. I want to ask you about two things. These reports that we read over and over again, that in your rooms they found photographs of young boys, not of adults.
Young boys, there's children, all kind of girls and everything.
And that they found photographs, books, of young boys who were undressed.
No.
Didn't happen.
No, not that I know of, unless people sent me things that I haven't opened. People know my love for children, so they send me books from all over the world, from South America, from Germany, from Italy, from Sweden.
So if people say that they found those things, if there's an indication, let them come forward, let them produce them, right?
Yeah, because I get all you wouldn't believe the amounts of mail that I get. And if you say to somebody, if I let the fans know I love Charlie Chaplin, I'll be swarmed in Charlie Chaplin paraphernalia. But if I say I love children, which I do, they swarm me with everything pertaining to kids.
Any other settlements in process now or previously with children making these kinds of claims? We have heard that there is one, not a case that the prosecutors would bring in court, but that once again you're talking about shelling out.
No, that's not true. No, it's not true. I think I've heard everything is fine and there are no others.
I guess, let me ask this, and I'm trying to think how to phrase it, though. I can hear out in the country people saying, and you've been cleared of all the charges, we want to make that clear. People saying, look, here is a man who is surrounded by things that children love. Here is a man who spent an inordinate amount of time with these young boys.
That's right.
What is a 36-year-old man doing sleeping with a 12-year-old boy, or a series of them.
Right. Okay, when you say boys, it's not just boys, and I've never invited just boys to come in my room. Come on, that's ridiculous. And that's a ridiculous question. But like, since people want to hear it, you know, the answer, I'll be happy to answer it. I have never invited anyone into my bed, ever. Children love me, I love them. They follow me, they want to be with me. But anybody can come in my bed. A child can come in my bed if they want.
I can say, sorry, I've seen this. I've seen it a lot. I've seen kids. I've seen him with children in the last year. I've seen it enough to where I can see how that can happen. It's, you know, I understand.
Isn't part of being an adult, and you have a 2-year-old child, 2-year-old boy.
Yeah, let me just, sorry.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that I've seen these children, they don't let him go to the bathroom without running in there with him. And they won't let him out of their sight. So when he's in the bed, I'm even out. You know, they jump in the bed with him.
But isn't part of being an adult and loving children, keeping children from ambiguous situations? And again, we're talking about over an intense period of time here. Would you let your son, when he grows up and is 12 years old, do that?
You know what, if I didn't know Michael, no way. But I happen to know who he is and what he is. And that makes it, you know, I know that he's not, you know, I know that he's not like that, and I know he has a thing for children, and go ahead, sorry.
I just wonder, is it over? You're going to make sure it doesn't happen again. I think this is really the key thing people want to know, that there are not going to be more of these sleepovers in which people have to wonder.
Nobody wonders when kids sleep over at my house.
But are they over? Are you going to watch out for it now?
Watch out for
just
what?
for the sake of the children and for everything you've been through?
It's all moral and it's all pure. I don't even think that way. It's not what's in my heart.
So you'll do it again?
I would never, ever. Do what again?
I mean, you'll have a child sleeping over.
Of course. They want.
Yes.
It's on the level of purity and love and just innocence, complete innocence. If you're talking about sex, and that's a nut. That's not me. Go to the guy down the street, because it's not Michael Jackson. It's not what I'm interested in.
Okay, but Elizabeth Taylor, talk to us.
Hear Michael Jackson talking third person, it's crazy. That's just where we like, that's not Michael Jackson. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, I think I understand being like, Michael, I don't care how much you love. Like, I understand, like, when you saw the Oprah interview, he had, like, different places to where kids could stay, right? Patients, things of that nature. I'm fine with that, right? But it's like, you cannot, like, once that go down, sleepy time is over. Like, Steve Harvey had a segment on that, on his stand-up, Don't Trip, God Ain't Through Me Yet, or He Ain't Through Me Yet. It's like, you can't, because once you settle with one child, it's going to happen again. It don't matter if you have 1,000 cameras around. Once you settle, and once you do that, it's going to be forever people that's going to try to come out and get you, Mike. Like, that's the one thing I'm like, Mike, you can't be doing this no more, bro. Like, you just can't. I'm sorry. You just can't do it no more, son. You can't do it. They can come over, go on the rides. They can have dinner, breakfast, lunch, whatever. But once it's time to go night-night, they got to go home. Like, they got to go home. Like, I don't know who's in your camp, who your manager was, whoever was, but I would be like, Mike, they cannot be over here no more, bruh. Once they do the Farragut wheel and all that, they gotta go home, bruh. They gotta go home. We can't be doing that, dog. I wish somebody could instill that in my. I understand I was pure and I understand that, but it don't matter because again, all it takes is one person to again try to exploit you, and your life and your career is over, bruh. Like, you gotta. A
little bit about what she saw when she went over and talked to you in the middle of this, what she called agony. And one of the things I think she was so angry about with us was that she said people always talk about one side of a person, they never give them credit for their accomplishments,
That's right.
Particularly what they give to children and the money you give to children. That's how it starts.
When he's on tour, he goes to hospitals without the press following him. without anyone knowing. He'll get up in a disguise and do it, take his disguise off when he's there, and kids know, wow, it's Michael Jackson.
Was there no point at which you said to yourself, reading everything everybody had been reading, maybe this is true, maybe I completely didn't understand who he was?
No way. Absolutely not.
Never?
Never. I know Michael's heart. I know his mind and his soul. I'm not that insensitive, especially to him or people I love.
How did you decide to go to Singapore?
He was my friend. He was alone. He was totally alone. And he just, he needed help. Nothing in the world could have hurt him more if it had been calculated. If they'd planned an assassination, they couldn't have done it any better. It almost broke his heart.
She says she recognized a friend turning to painkillers for escape.
He wasn't aware of what was happening.
This was addressed then? I thought this was a find out till way later. We found out about this then? Interesting. Wow, interesting. Okay.
Dulling his pain. But it really frightened me because I have been there. And I know how easy it is to get there when you're in mental or physical pain.
And he knew right away that he had to deal with it too?
Not right away. Not right away, but he knew.
There were some reports during this period, Michael, that it was such agony for you that you were actually suicidal. Is that true?
I was never suicidal. I love life too much to ever be suicidal. I'm resilient. I have rhinoceros skin. Never, ever suicidal.
Did it leave you, though...
Heartbroken, but not suicidal.
Did it leave you changed completely? I've talked to you a little bit about what you're thinking about, where you want to live in the world. Did it change your view about living here? You're thinking about living someplace else?
I don't care to stay in America anymore, no. I don't care. I will always have Neverland, you know, because I love Neverland. But I don't like, I'm very sensitive to the smog, you know, so I can't have the smog. And I would like to go abroad. Matter of fact,
I really wonder if he lived anywhere else, whether it was Europe, Asia, Australia, Africa, South America, if he lived anywhere else, would they have done this in terms of the media? Because I get it, though. I get it. I understand the perception. But this is all they build up. Like, it's almost like the media and the press wanted, like they were waiting for something like this to happen. Like they willed it, okay? Not to say that, you know, there's been a lot of celebrities, a lot of people in position that have exploited children, have exploited and assaulted and all did. I'm not being insensitive to that. And I understand the doubt, right? I understand the doubt. I get it because on surface level, it's not kosher. Like we gotta be honest, it's not kosher on the surface level, right? But I think my problem is the selective choosing of who they want to attack, who the media and the press want to attack, right? When there's a lot of people that have come out against celebs, against people, and they seem to only go after a select few from in my opinion. And I really wonder, had Michael been like, F America, man. I'm going to Europe. I'm staying in Europe. I'm staying in Africa. I'm staying in Asia. I'm staying in Australia. What he had, because I remember, not to compare the two, but I remember when Kanye, the whole Taylor Swift incident, right? I remember him leaving. Most Def was like, you got to leave the country, man. Like them people gonna come after you. And he left the country and he was fine. So I'm like, maybe it's just like once you get a certain level of success, maybe you should leave the country. Like maybe that is what because it's like they're waiting for your downfall. But yeah, I just wonder like how different Michael's life would have been had he just left America after all this and just like stayed away. I really wonder.
I am.
You are? Where?
Yes. Oh, I haven't decided the exact place yet. Probably South Africa.
To
maybe.
live permanently.
Maybe Switzerland.
Lisa, are
Can
you
we just
in
change,
favor of it?
Wait, just go into the fact that we don't live in separate houses to start
Yeah,
this
we don't
with?
live in separate. This is just
This is
me dreaming.
ridiculous, wherever the camera is. Anyway, sorry.
No, jump in.
What do I feel about the overseas thing? I think that it's a nice place to visit, yes. I would like to have a house over there. Would be completely and utterly harassed beyond belief, but...
Before we move away from the last 2 years, we told you, because we want to, that we are going to show what is really your comment on those 2 years. And it is a video you have done with your sister Janet called Scream. And in it you have some words for middle-aged people who can't follow these words. The words you'll hear will be about confusion, bashing, victimizing. Stop pressuring me, he says. Makes me want to scream. The last 2 years. We have some wedding video of the two of you, and I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about what we're seeing here. If our director, Roger Goodman, wants to roll it in, we will take you there a year ago, right?
Yes.
Just about exactly.
I look like an idiot, I can tell you that.
You don't look like an idiot. You look more like a, no.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yes.
You're watching it.
Tell us.
Oh, we're watching.
Tell us, we're watching here live.
Acepta usted con legítimo esposo, el señor Michael Joseph Jackson.
Lisa Marie Presley, do you accept?
Why are they in black? Hold on. I'll ride with you. Why are y'all in black? Like, what's happening? Like, y'all in black? First of all, Michael don't got no white on. He ain't got no red on. I knew, like, I
do.
I do.
In the middle, he asks for his autograph.
Yo, licenciado Hugo Francisco Álvarez Pérez.
You know,
Oficial
you're more. Yeah, I did.
Right, but now we're out of time.
Los declaro unidos en legítimo matrimonio.
Okay, if you have the rings.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, and then we're gonna do the rings. Okay?
You do it? Yes, he do it.
How do I know?
He does first. You put it to her first, okay? And when you put it, you say, with this ring, I do it.
This ring, I do it.
Right. And you do it the same thing. When you put his ring, as you say, with this ring, I do it.
Right now?
So, I know that you, Lisa Marie, have wanted to talk about this. There are a lot of doubters about this marriage. I've heard that it's a Scientology plan. You are a member of the Church of Scientology, which is said to influence its members greatly, and that the husband you divorced was Scientologist, and he's still very much in your life, and this is all part of a calculation to get Michael and his money into the church.
Yeah, it's crap. I'm sorry. It's like ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I'm not, first of all, you can't get influenced by anything like that. And under a term of a marriage, I'm not going to marry somebody for any reason other than the fact that I fall in love with them. Period. Period. And they can eat it if they want to think anything different.
To put it succinctly.
Yeah.
What is it you love the most about him?
What do I love the most about him? Everything. He's amazing. I really admire him. I respect him. I admire him. I'm in love with him. And no, we don't sleep in separate bedrooms. Thank you very much. And, I love everything about him.
To finish up on that, though, are you a Scientologist? Or
No.
No. Plan to become one?
I believe in spirituality and I believe in a higher source, such as God, but I'm not a Scientologist. I read everything, and I like to read. I love to study.
You said you don't sleep in separate bedrooms, and I'm going to confess, okay, this is live TV, and I'm copping out right here because...
What is Nick? What is people's obsession with like, I don't know the obsession. First of all, what sucks is the media will create, or tabloids will create, a whole scenario about celebs' lives, then the celebs have to answer to the scenario that the media created. I'm like, why do we have to answer to a rumor that we didn't create? Go to the person that wrote the rumor or wrote the tabloid. If you can't find the person that wrote it, don't go to me. Like, don't go to me. I heard that you like eating elves. Like what am I supposed to say to that? Like, why are you asking me about something that I didn't say? If I didn't say it out my own mouth, if I didn't, like, don't come to me about some stupid rumor or whatever you heard, right? And if I know, and I don't know, I don't understand this obsession with trying to get into the bedroom of celebs. What is that? I don't get it. We're about to. I saw the same face on Oprah, so I know she's about to go in. I just know it. I know she's about to go into it. Like, here we go.
I didn't spend my life as a serious journalist to ask these kinds of questions, but I'm not oblivious to the fact that your fans had one question they most wanted to ask of you.
Do we have sex?
We have. You.
She didn't ask. She didn't ask.
I won't ask. Okay.
You don't know what it was going to be.
Is that what you were going to ask?
Let's play just a minute or
Sorry.
two. Let's play one or two.
We want to know if you've done the thing.
Michael, I know that this is an intimate question, but are you having sex together with Lisa Marie?
Do you guys really love each other, or you're just doing this to satisfy the media?
Are you guys intimate?
Again,
I can't believe it.
But this is about the skepticism.
Yes.
And we have read in the papers that you are expecting a child.
We will be expecting a child. No, when, I'm not going to.
We're not going to say when.
It's
or
personal.
It's in the hands of the heavens.
But not yet.
Did we marry out of convenience? That's really interesting to me.
That's
really
ridiculous.
interesting to me.
Why?
Well, why wouldn't we have a lot in common? That's the question. Why? Why not?
Like we're faking this?
Like,
That's the
no,
most ridiculous
but you can't
thing
live
in the
with
world.
somebody day to day. We're together all the time, first of all. Second thing, how can you fake that 24 hours a day with somebody, sleeping with somebody, waking up with somebody, having
It's
to...
the dumbest thing
He's
I've
running
ever
around the
heard.
house, I'm running around the house, you were in our house, we have a normal house, we have a nanny, we have a maid, and we walk around, and he's either in the studio, I'm in the kitchen, we're running around like normal. I know it's hard to believe people.
You go shopping together,
We go shopping, we go out to dinner, we argue sometimes.
And
about what, may I say?
we also heard a report that maybe you were planning to adopt the children.
Oh, I would love to adopt children. I think that's something I've always wanted to do. But children of all races, Arab children, Jewish children, black children, it's all races.
But Lisa's children,
I love Lisa's children, but it's been a mission.
Going to adopt, or
Pardon?
To adopt them, no.
Oh, I love her children. They're sweet.
But to adopt, no.
Of course.
They have a biological father, and he's their...
I think they love me very much. I love them.
They do.
We have a lot of fun.
But I've never heard of that before, personally, of someone adopting someone's children while they're in a relationship with that person.
We're going to show you a film now created by Michael Jackson. It's causing a furor in some movie theaters around this country. They say, among other things, that it is clearly modeled after Triumph of the Will, Leni Riefenstahl, a Nazi film with Nazi imagery.
It's not true. None of that's true. None of those things are true.
Did you watch that film before you did it?
I watch everything. I love movies. I love documentaries. Had nothing to do with that at all.
But there are people who keep saying, this is, they look at it and say, this is...
Absolutely not.
You know
It's
what's
nothing to do with politics,
people are also
communism,
stupid.
or fascism,
well,
at all.
The critics have said that it's the most boldly vainglorious self-deification a pop singer ever undertook with a straight face.
Good. That's what I wanted.
For the controversy?
Yeah. And they fell into my trap.
For the
I
people
wanted,
who say,
I wanted everybody's attention.
Yeah.
But for the people who say those symbols matter,
No, the
they're
symbol,
about suffering.
no. The symbol has nothing to do with that. It's not political. It's not fascist. It's not dogma. It's not, ideology and all of this stuff. It's pure, simple love. You don't see any tanks. You don't see any cannons. It's about love. It's people coming together.
About love. We're going to let everybody watch a bit.
Yeah, but it's art. It's art.
Okay.
The way a director would use a medium to create art.
Up. Here it comes.
I don't think I've seen this. God. Okay, I haven't seen this. God, look at the fit. What was this for? Oh, this might have been a promo for history? That's... Oh! And I think that's why the media hates Michael. Because they see how the people galvanize, love, purely, genuinely love Michael. And because whatever, they're like, I don't like that. Like, why everybody like this? Why everybody like Michael? Like, why everybody... That's what it is. That's why the media goes so hard to try to tear down Michael, because they don't like it. Like, they just, for whatever reason, I can't explain it, but they just don't like that. They don't like that. When anybody gets a lot of love, no matter who it is, there's going to be a group of people that just like, I don't like that. Dope promo though. I love Michael. Like, good. They understood the piece. It's like you had the nerve. You have the nerve. You have the nerve to be talking about an art piece when you're asking me about my sex life. Are you serious? Are you serious? You have the nerve to talk about I'm self-absorbed, I'm fat, da. You literally on national TV asking about my sex life. Who's infatuated with who?
Well, as we said, we're going to clearly agree to disagree maybe on what this means to some people watching it. There's been another issue raised.
It's
in
art.
the song you say, "Jew me, sue me," and some people are saying that that is anti-Semitic.
It's not anti-Semitic.
It's not to you, Diane. It's not to you, Diane. It's not to you. I don't know if she's still alive or not. I just want to take, like, not Diane, but like me. I just want to take, like, I just want to take media. And I just want to, like, I just, yeah, like, like, I just, again, not you, Diane. Just the whole, like, if I could just take media in a lineup, I could just, like, they don't care about us? Because everybody do me. Like, you hear they don't care about us, and that's the message you get? Is that an How about asking, why did you write they don't care about us? What's the message behind they don't care about us? What about if Martin Luther was living, they wouldn't let this be? Why did you write that, Michael? What are you trying to say to us? No, it's, I think that's anti-Semitic. It's like,
Because I'm not a racist person. I could never be a racist. I love all races of people, from Arabs to Jewish people, like I said before, to blacks. But when I say Jew me, sue me, everybody do me, kick me, kike me, don't you black or white me, I'm talking about myself as the victim. You know, my accountants and lawyers are Jewish. My three best friends are Jewish. David Geffen, Jeffrey Katzenberg, Steven Spielberg, Mike Milken. These are friends of mine. They're all Jewish. So how does that make sense? I was raised in a Jewish community.
I want to ask you both about something, because it was the second most asked question.
No reply to that, Diane. This why I can't stand I can't stand these. Exactly, Lisa. Exactly, bruh. Because there's no, like, this is no, I can't. I love interviews that actually have, like, I love Michael's 87 interview, Ebony 87 interview, to where he actually having a conversation, right? Which isn't involved around the tabloids. Nothing. I understand Diane's doing the job, and there was a lot going on. There's a reason why Michael agreed to do this interview. But, like, this is the time to have that conversation. This is the time to have the conversation of, okay, why do you feel like you're the victim, Michael? Okay, what is going on that you feel like you're the victim? Okay, like, have that conversation, but instead of having the conversation, it's, okay, let me get to this next question where I'm going to try to see if I can get you on something. It's like that's not great journal. Like, that's not great. Like, that's just, like, no disrespect. That's just not great. That's not great journalism. Like, you, like, have the actual conversation. You hear, cut me, assume everybody do me, kick me, cut me, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's a lot, Michael. What was going through your heart? Like, what happened? When did you write that? Like, the breakdown, they don't care. I don't want to be that guy to be like, some people just don't need to be talking on. But, like, sometimes they're just, it's a lot of times, it's just like, there's some people that are not qualified to talk about art. They're not qualified to talk about music. They ain't qualified to talk about films. Some people just ain't qualified. Some people just qualified to report on what's going on, but not qualified to really talk about it. Because if you hear they don't care about us, and your takeaway is, well, people are, what do you say? That's what people are saying. What do you say? We can do that all day. Well, people say, who, what people? Point them out. Show me them. Let them stand up. Let them represent themselves. Who's these people? You stand up and tell me what your thoughts are, so we can have the conversation that whatever you're trying to convey here, like, to hear they don't care about us. And the takeaway is, well, some people say that's intense. Did you not listen to the record? Did you not understand the purpose of the record? That's why they're like, some people just ain't qualified to talk about certain things. I'm sorry. My bad.
By people on the street. And I know it's a sensitive issue for you, and you talked with Oprah about it. But somehow people still are not, they don't feel they've heard everything about.
Don't tell me she's about to do what I think she's about to do. She's about to do what I think she's about to do. Oh, my Lord. The fact that Michael did not do anything to any... The fact that Michael did not go crazy and just... I can't say that.
The whiteness of your skin, and that it's not somehow a choice on your part, along with the makeup, to be... Is it to be neither black or white, neither to look completely male, to be in the androgynous zone? I think they want to know, it is a decision on your part some way, the way you look. Where does it come from?
I think it creates itself, nature.
He's an artist. He has every right, and he is constantly remodifying something or changing it or reconstructing it or, you know, working on some imperfection that he thinks needs to be worked on. If he sees something he doesn't like, he changes it. Period. He re-sculpted himself. He's an artist.
I might want to put a red dot right there one day. But 2 eyes right here.
Do you wish you were the color you were again?
Do I wish I was the color? You have to ask nature that. I love black.
Do you wish you were that way?
I envy her because she can tan and I can't.
One more question I want to make sure I ask. Are you going to sing together?
You sure? Okay. Imagine going to a... What's a good analogy? Imagine going to a... I don't know. That, like... Imagine going to a quadriplegic and being like, do you wish you can dance again? It's like, yeah, but kind of can't do that. I'm in a wheelchair. I kind of can't control it. I told you some years back, I had an incident out of my control. Can't do nothing about it. But, you know, the people think, F the people. F the people. F what they say. Everybody has an opinion. Some people think, like, who give a fuck what the people think? Like, how insensitive is it to go to someone who is suffering from an ailment and tell them, you know, some people feel like your ailment, your illness is not legit. Don't you wish you can go back, or did you try to embellish on it? How insensitive is that? Again, you saw what he said on Oprah. I think it's the most viewed interview of all time. What else is there to say? Like, what else is there to say? Now, if your argument is, well, there are certain people with vitiligo that they have blotches. Well, good for them. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. It's like, how insensitive is that? Like, I'm pretty sure Michael is not the first person to have vitiligo. Pretty sure. Like, to go to Michael and I'm infuriated. Like, everything that infuriates me the most, because I can only imagine having something to where you cannot control and losing pigment in your skin, whatever it is, and then being told not only did you choose to do that, but question the validity of that. I can only imagine the sleepless nights Michael has had. Look in the mirror, right? Not to disparage in anybody's skin color, but can you imagine? Like, can you imagine how much of a mental, I can't even explain, like, how crazy, like, how much of a mental toll that is to lose all pigment in your skin? You already were told that you were a freak decades ago. And now you got to deal with this in front of billions of people on stage, in front of the cameras, and then be told that people are questioning your disease and ailment, and keep trying to say that you don't want to be black. People are so lucky, because people are so lucky. Michael easily. People are lucky. Because Michael could have used his fan base, and he could have turned he never said a negative thing outside of his music. He never was one to try to weaponize his fans to go against people. But he could have easily used his fans and used the people that love him to attack all these people, spreading these rumors, these lies. He could have easily did that. He could have said, F America, F all y'all. I'm never coming back here. You don't appreciate me. You ain't never getting a tour again. You're never getting nothing again. He could have easily did that. But he still endured all y'all BS. He still endured it. Y'all lucky. Y'all lucky, man.
I would love to sing with you. Would you like to sing with me?
You don't sing. I don't sing. I did sing, but that's not why I married Michael. I don't need that. That's ridiculous. If I wanted it, I mean, I'm not going to marry someone for a recording career, just to clear that up as well.
What?
And as our hour ends, I'd like to just ask each of you for a one-sentence answer. Time's so short. Where do you want to be in 5 years?
Oh boy, I love what I'm doing now, and to do everything I can to help the children. And hello, Bobby Sherritt.
I just want people to know what they're dealing with before and understand that I'm not the, that we are not. The jokes, the degrading comments, all that kind of stuff, it's really irritating. So I didn't get to get into that. This is over already, but stuff.
We want to choke them.
All right,
yeah,
so 5 years.
Don't believe the garbage. All the tabloid junk. Don't read it. Don't listen to it. It's garbage. It's junk. It's stupid.
And so,
enough of it.
And tonight is over.
God bless Lisa Marie, man. Like, she was really ride or die, bro. Like, she really was like, yo, F y'all. Like, she was trying everything to be like, yo, F y'all, man. Like, y'all so cruel, y'all so mean, y'all so F y'all, man. Get out of my face. And it's almost like Diane was forced to do a job. It's like almost like she was forced to be like, because at the end she was like, it's over. Like, it's almost like she was forced to, yeah, I gotta do this. I gotta ask these questions, man. And it's probably what it was too. It probably was the whoever the director is, or like you gotta ask Michael this. You gotta ask Lisa this. He's like, I don't want to ask Michael. It's like, ask it. It's like, all right. So it might have been that too. I'm not trying to disrespect Diane, but I hate the questions she's asked though. Same with Oprah. Like, I hate it. Because, okay, I already talked about it. Like, to go to the celebrity about the rumors that people created on them and then have them answer it doesn't make any sense. But that is the Primetime interview with Michael and Lisa. I hate this interview more. Do I hate it more than the Oprah interview? No, because at least the Oprah interview at least talked about halfway through, actually talked about substance and music and things. I probably hate this interview more because it was basically all about the messiness, all about the drama. None of it was really, there might have been one question that might have been about something of substance, but outside of that, this whole thing felt like a hit piece. It felt like a hit piece. And I don't know who to blame, if it's Diane, if it's wherever this ABC, wherever this was on. But this definitely felt like a hit piece. So yeah. Hate this interview. But like, comment, subscribe, show all the things are the things. Hayes sounds what they call me. Ain't gotta go home. Dude gotta get to stepping. Peace.
I know is not